It's beer and food o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a steak and ale pie to review from Waitrose, and we're going to be pairing it with a Badco West Coast Pale Ale coming in at 5.6% ABV. Oven's preheated. Let's start cooking. Okay, so we have our food. Here is the pie. Steak and ale pie from Waitrose. Look at that. Going to take the base off just to let it cool down a moment. There we go. I think we're in view. Yeah, we're in view. And this is the West Coast Pale Ale from Badco. Beer in the glass. Exactly what you would expect from a pale ale. One to two finger whitehead, slightly hazy, amber coloured beer. Let's get the aroma. Still getting used to these surroundings. I got a cushion like pushing up against me. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Bit of space. Right, aroma on this amber hazy coloured pale ale. Exclusively brewed for Asda. It just shows the times where we're headed now in the future with craft beer. Grapefruity, citrusy, a little bit of orange peel, fleshy blood orange kind of aromas. Some malt flavours coming through as well, a little bit of kind of maybe some crystal biscuity malts coming through. It smells good. Small levels of carbonation. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, that tastes pretty good. It's got a good body to the beer, a really good body. There's a big kind of malty biscuitiness coming through, but at the same time it's balanced off with them hops on the back end. Grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange flavours. Carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releasing more of that flavour. How does it go with the pie? What we'll do, I think, just to show you, give you a visual look at the pie, I think we'll cut the pie lid off. Look at that. Steaming hot pie. So what we have is lumps of beef. There's a big bit of beef there. Classic British pie. Steak and ale pie. Been brewed for generation after generation. I tell you what I wouldn't mind doing is actually Googling when this kind of traditional pie was first invented. I bet it was either from London or Yorkshire, a big northern city like Yorkshire or Sheffield, or of course London down in the south, somewhere where there was a lot of heavy industry, somewhere where they wanted something which they could take to work, something hearty at lunchtime with a bit of meat in it and gravy just to push them on for the afternoon. And of course, beer does that also. Right, let's tuck in. Gravy is really tasty. It's definitely got a bit of ale in it. Definitely got a bit of kind of... Normally when I talk about an steak and ale pie, it's normally dominated by the gravy and the steak and the beef flavours, but you actually get a little bit of ale in this particular pie in terms of... So maybe a red ale or something like that. Maybe a bit of stout or some kind of dark red ale, ruby ale. Just gives you flavours, some of that kind of like little bit of malty flavour comes through. A rich, that's what I was looking for, a rich flavour to go in with the pie. And being Waitrose, if they're going to call something a steak and ale pie, being a kind of an upmarket supermarket chain, you're going to get that. You're going to get that really lovely tender beef, which we're getting here. Rich gravy with some ale in it. The pastry is delicious. It's just something really kind of hearty. But plenty of meat, plenty of consistency, really lovely, tasty pastry. It's ticking all the boxes. And I started doing the beer and food reviews consistently since about October last year. So that's about 5, 6, 7, 8 months now we've been doing these food and beer pairings. So you're constantly on the search now, not just for beer but for food at the same time. And I've seen these pies in Waitrose, the chicken pie, the steak and ale pie, and I just thought to myself, that is something in the future I'm going to do. I'm going to get that Waitrose steak pie. Here it is. And it hasn't disappointed me. Pie crust. Lovely looking pie crust. Let's get a bit of steak and ale pie on it. Some of the innards. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Goes really well with the beer. Talking quickly about the beer, we touched on it briefly, where the craft beer movement is heading. For Asda to brew their own American style pale ale just means there's an inkling. These supermarkets have an inkling of where the industry's going, where their sales are going to come from in the future from beer. And that's really exciting. I think in the next few years, gone will be the days of drinking just can after can of mass-produced beer. It will always be, I think, in the future about variety, about trying a stout or a porter or American IPA or American pale ale. It doesn't have to be a really expensive pale ale. It doesn't have to be a really expensive IPA, as Badco are showing here. You can have a reasonably decent can of beer that's been made for Asda. And this is the beauty of beer now. I'm really excited for where the craft beer movement is heading. So rating for the beer. It will never beat your top tier £5 to £6 a can craft beer. It won't compete with your Cloudwaters, it won't compete with your Verdants. It's not trying to. It's not trying to compete. It's trying to kind of show you what you can get for, what was this, about £1.50, something like that. So it's aimed at a different market, it's aimed at a different dynamic. It's probably the people who are slightly into craft beer. But that's okay, because that's a stepping stone to your Cloudwaters, to your Verdants in the future. I like that enough for about £1.50 to give that an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from me though, craft beer. The pie from Waitrose, Steak and Ale Pie, absolutely terrific. I like that enough to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.